What's good? What's good? It's your boy DJ Noah Fresh, and this is Lightning Strike Podcast in the building. And I'm here with the the best co-host, best friend, best worker, best grinder,
Let's get it.
best grillman, best fried fishman, best cook, best chef, best
Talk
DJ.
Talk about it. What's happening, y'all? It's your boy DJ Brodie in the building. Boat Nation, Boat Gang, everybody's favorite Cuzzo. What's happening? How y'all feeling out there? What's going on?
Cuzzo? I always gotta say, is it Cuzzo or DJ?
Both of them.
Both of them?
Both of them.
Bruh.
I mean, you done told the secret to, what I'm saying, all the talent. So, we really could, the list could go on, but we'll just limit it to DJ and Cuzzo.
But the chef too, bro. Like, they don't even know about that.
You know
They
what
don't
I'm
even
talking
know
about?
about that. They don't even know about that.
We got time. We got time.
Right. I'm going to just say, all right, let me get to the sponsor, and then
Yes.
I'm going to tell you what I got to tell you. All right. As always, shout out to the sponsor, Morning Cup Coffee. This episode of Lightning Strike Podcast is brought to you by Morning Cup Coffee. The freshest, most delicious coffee you ever taste is organic, fair trade, and fresh roasted to order just for you. Plus, they offer free shipping straight to your door. Start your day right. Visit www.tcupodcast.com and grab your bag of Morning Cup Coffee today. Some delicious coffee. But
Delicioso.
now that we got the sponsor out the way, let's go back to what I was about to say.
What you talking about?
I walk in today, and it's like 3 o'clock, and I come in a panic. And my boy, I was like, "Hey, dog, you got some food?" He say, "How you know?" He said, "Man, I already know. I got something in the fridge for you, man." I open up the fridge. It's a whole now. Let me hold on. Let me add this in there.
Set stage.
So it's the off season, right? And I said in the off season that I was training for Electric Avenue.
And we are.
Right?
And we are.
Training for Electric Avenue.
Yes, sir.
So now I done walked into his domain, and I'm asking him like, bro, because, I'm starving, and our closest food is kind of far away. And I'm like, bro, you got something to eat? He said, man, I got you. He's like, I already knew you was going to ask this.
I got it on me.
He pointed to the fridge. So I go to the fridge, I open the door. He said, it's in the plastic. It got aluminum foil over the top of it. I'm like, oh, this going to I said, what is it? He say, just open it up. Just open it up. And so I pull it out.
Razzle dazzle.
I pull it out.
Pause.
And I open it. Oh, yeah, pause. I take the plate out of the refrigerator.
Yes, sir.
And it's heavy. So I already know it's about to be some fire.
Some work.
I unwrap the aluminum foil. And I see barbecue leg quarter. A barbecue rib, a barbecue steak, baked beans with the ground meat in it. Barbecue baked beans, the real deal with the ground meat in there. It had the onion. The bake. He had smoke. Was it smoked bacon? Smoked bacon, green peppers inside the baked beans. And he had potato salad. And I was like, you eat your potato salad warm? And he's like, you eat it however you want. So I just ate it cold and put the plate in the microwave. I didn't even warm it up 45 seconds. I was opening up the microwave already. He's like, bro, you got to let it warm up. I was like,
you got to let the mic do what it do.
I say, man, this is what I'm talking about, bro. He in full tailgate prep, and I'm in full tailgate eating mode, bro. When I say I destroyed that plate in probably like
full tailgate reception mode.
72 seconds, I destroyed that whole plate. I deboned the leg quarter, fire. The steak, fire. The rib didn't stand a chance. And I saved the best for last. Them barbecue baked beans, man. And then he had a plate in there, and I was trying to get his beans. I was like, bro, we can't tell them about this at the Electric Avenue, bro. We can't tell them.
It's really different.
We can't. Y'all already know about the fish fry.
It's really different.
The barbecue too, man. I said, this boy don't miss. My boy don't miss.
It's really different.
That boy don't miss 10 for 10. And now, y'all ain't even talk about the dip. Because then I brought up the dip because he make this fire rotator dip off the chain.
Rotator.
What is it?
Rotail, bro. Rotail dip. Rotail dip.
Yeah, rotail.
Rotail.
Fire. And I had, this weekend, I stumbled upon some chips that will go amazing with that dip.
An immaculate pairing, my boy say.
Yes.
Gonna really touch up on it.
Nice, strong crunch to the chips too. That's like a bold crunch that's just perfect for that dip. Man, I can't wait, bro.
Listen, we gotta test the recipes for tailgating season and make sure when we arrive, everything that we got on the menu is A1.
A1.
We stand by the product over here at Lightning Strike Podcast.
Yes, indeed. So let's get to it, man, because I could go on and on about this, about the food, bro. I'm just telling y'all, bro. Every food he had, whether it's tacos, whether he made them noodles, them ramen noodles, bro. He took packages of ramen noodles.
Listen. We got to get into it. Got to get into it. There's plenty of time. To dive into.
Come see us in Electric Avenue this year,
there
bro.
There it is, right there. There got a plug right there.
He got the DJ. He gonna be DJing. He gonna be chefing. What else you gonna be doing, man?
Man, all the above. Engaging with the people, hanging out with Boat Nation, bolting up. You know what I'm saying? Putting on for the Chargers, all of that. So make sure y'all definitely slide by. Come see your boy. Come see.
Man, with friends like him, who gonna lose weight?
Yeah. You know, who got it better than us?
Facts. But let's get into it, brother. So let's talk about it. Get into our first segment.
Indeed.
Let's talk about it, man.
Let's talk about it. So kick off our Let's Talk About It today's episode. So let's talk about J.K. Dobbins, our current starting RB1 free agent. Had a great bounce back year with the Chargers. You know, without him, definitely couldn't have made it as far as we did make it. And you could just see the impact that the running game had on the offense. So my question is, do we retain him? So mind you, J.K. Dobbins, for those who don't know, the league has been injury prone since his rookie season, even prior to his rookie season. He got hurt in college as well. So we talking torn Achilles, multiple knee surgeries, and then we even put him on IR this season. So, you know, for the listeners, viewers, subscribers, how do y'all feel about that? Do we bring back J.K. Dobbins, and do we bring him back at what cost? And if we move on from J.K. Dobbins, who are y'all looking to replace him with? Do we go to free agency, or do we try to let the other three running backs, because Kamani, Gus Edwards, and Son are here, so we're still going to have them. Do we replace them, or do we allow them to do more work, move up in the depth chart and get their grind on, or do we bring somebody else in? So let's talk about it. Call us at 213-433-73, or excuse me, 7793, 213-433-7793. Let us know your comments. Let us know how you feel about it. We'll dive into it a little second. My man Nova, what do you think? How should we play it, bro?
So if you're going on, I was reading reports like his market value is somewhere around $7.5 million, right? For his production. For his healthy production, it's $7.5 million. So that's like a 3-year deal. That's $22 million, give or take, around that figure. When he's healthy, Dobbins is a back that you want on your squad, right? But the thing is, man, he is not healthy. Luckily, he played 13 games for us this year. 13 games.
Yeah, 13
the year before
games,
that, he played
starts.
1. He didn't play in 2022. Because he was hurt. 23, he was hurt. So he had some big gaps, and he got hurt this year. And running back is a brutal position, and it's an abundance of running backs, and they're not paying them. It ain't too many Saquon Barkleys. That's a rare breed. It ain't too many Christian McCaffreys, and he's hurt. But when he's healthy, he's a dynamic running back. Ain't too many Alvin Kamaras. It's just not. Ezekiel Elliott is on the downside of his career. On the shelf life for running backs, they can be. And Derrick Henry, I got to give him. But shelf life for running backs, usually like Derrick Henry is an anomaly. Because usually when their running back goes to another team, that means they're pretty much done. A running back is done, and Derrick Henry just revived his career. So J.K. Dobbins has two major factors on his side, right? His youth, he's young, and his production when he's healthy.
Absolutely.
You can't deny it. Can't deny his production. But I feel for the Chargers to bring him back and welcome him back, it'll have to be an incentive-based deal to get it done.
Okay.
To get it done. I think that's the way you treat him and respect his worth and respect his ability to play football. I think he needs an incentive-based deal to come back on the field for sure.
Okay. And just to remind the viewers or listeners, JK this year rushed for 905 yards, 9 touchdowns on 195 attempts, 4.6 yards per carry, 32 receptions for 153 yards. And again, played in 13 games and played 533 offensive snaps, which was basically 49.9, 50% of the offense was J.K. Dobbins. So an important piece, but again, due to the injuries and being injury prone, are we looking to sign him? And if not, then what are some names that y'all are covering that we think would look great in the powder and blue?
Because the market ain't that strong. I'll be honest with you. You got Aaron Jones leading the pack, but he's 30.
Exactly.
You got Najee Harris, 26, didn't have a very productive career. I'm under the impression when the Steelers release you, usually you're at the end of your, you ain't getting nobody peak from the Steelers. I'm just being honest. They're going to get all the value they have out of you. And if they release you, then they don't see any more value in you because look at AB. AB couldn't stay on the field, right? When he was on the field, he was productive. Juju Smith-Schuster, same thing with him. What was the other receiver that was from Clemson? He couldn't. He had a great season and wanted more money. Huh?
Was it Wallace?
Wallace was one of them, but it was another cat. He was that deep ball threat, but you never heard from him after he left. So the Steelers are good at building and maintaining talent and having talent play within their system. And usually when they let the guy go, that means they have gotten everything they could out of that person.
For sure.
So it's just how
and
their
comparatively, if we move on to Najee Harris, he also averaged right around 4 yards per carry. So we're not really gaining much if we decided to invest that way with a very similar style to Gus Edwards. He's just power runner. He's going to hit that hole and try to bully his way. Not really much shiftiness with him either, which is kind of the knock on him, especially in the Pittsburgh system, the offense that they run. That's just kind of been his running style. So, yeah, remains to be seen how we approach it. I think I like what you were talking about, just kind of with an incentive-based deal. You hit these marks, you get paid. He was able to hit one this year. He got an extra couple hundred K on his deal for hitting a lot of milestones this year. So run it back, very similar, small year-wise, maybe 1-2 year, some incentives, and we see what's what. And then we look to see what we can get. We talked about, maybe one of the during free agency, like Scatterboo or somebody that's still available by the time we get there. So
yeah. So look at the draft because I'm telling you, it's hit or miss in this when you get a free agent. It's hit or miss. J.K. Dobbins was definitely a hit, but that was a lot of question with him coming due to his injuries and stuff and how well would he do. And I think he performed very well.
We bet on him and it paid off.
Yep, and it paid off. But now the payoff is we pay you, and then a lot of players when they get paid. All of a sudden, that nagging knee injury, they ain't playing through it. They're like, you know what? I'm going to sit out for 8 games. I'm going to disappear when I get that bag. And I don't think that's going to be the case with JK, but because he still got a lot to prove. He's still young.
Yeah, absolutely.
But this contract puts you to 30. If you get a 3-year deal, kind of puts you to 30. And that's like the running back no man's land. Nobody really want to touch a running back when they're 30 years old. Just because of the usage. That's because of the
Been
usage.
beat up. Then took a lot of hits for sure.
Because you got cats like Kareem Hunt. He's 29, but he's in a limited role with KC. He had a great game this past weekend. He had a great game, but even he's in a limited role and he doesn't get the production he wants. Nick Chubb is also a free agent.
That's an interesting one. Coming off a big injury, they brought him back this season, late in the season. Really wasn't the Nick Chubb that we probably all know, but will be a free agent, and hopefully a full offseason will allow him to recover. That's an interesting. I mean, I feel like if we're going to take a chance on Nick Chubb, then we keep
Might as well just keep Dobbins. I say bring Dobbins back on an incentive-laced deal, and with it, incentives that's attainable based on him being on the field. So that it encourage him to stay healthy, do the things that he got to do to keep his body in tip-top shape. And you know what I'm saying? So I say do that. Bring him back on an incentive-based deal. Do you want to bring Gus Edwards back?
So Gus Edwards is currently on contract
to 27, right?
Yeah, I think to like 27. And I understand what we're trying to do with like Gus and JK and just having like a power runner with a shifty runner. I think I would like to explore our younger talent. I don't know if that's cutting, releasing, trading, whatever the case may be, but I think Haskins and Kamani have something to show, and I think we need to start figuring out how we can utilize them more in our system.
Especially,
or create a system that's designed around them.
Yeah. Well, he's 26. He's 26. Gus is free agent in 26.
Yeah. So next year.
Yeah. So, and he's due $4 million this year.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot. That's a lot, man.
So, yeah, it's tough. And I just feel like for the production that we get out of him, I think we could definitely find that somewhere else.
Especially, man, like you think about it, man. We're paying this guy. I don't think he make it. They might get rid of him in the offseason because to re-sign right now, you're the backup.
Right.
We just paid the starter $1 something million. Now we got to renegotiate his contract. And you're getting $4 million, and you're not even my primary starter. You either gonna give some money back, or they're probably gonna just try to trade you or something. Because he's at that age. He's 30.
Exactly.
So he's in that nomad land as a running back where
for sure.
Definitely wasn't producing to get $4 million again. So it's gonna be something to see. I don't think he survives. Honestly, I don't think he survives. Especially if I gotta re-sign somebody that did better than you, I'm not gonna pay y'all the same.
Yeah, exactly.
And if I'm telling him take less, but I'm still giving you 4 and you ain't even doing nothing.
And we wasn't nowhere near I think Gus finished the season maybe like 350-ish yards or something like that. And JK almost hit a 1,000-yard season.
And he was out games.
And he missed, several games in the season. So yeah, that's tough. It's tough.
That's super tough, man. And that's not a good position to be in. He was at 365 this year and 4 touchdowns on 101 carries. It's not good. And you getting $4 million? Yeah, I think he's out of there. Yeah, I think he's gonna be a cut, either a trade or a cut.
Yeah, for sure.
If anything, he'd probably be in a package trade to a team, but that's $4 million at a team. I don't think nobody is in a hurting that bad for a running back to pay $4 million
for a backup running back.
For a backup running back, yeah. So he might be a cut, June 1st cut.
That I just can't invest in. Like I said, the depth chart. You got probably 3 other backs on the team that I can't just move up and say, hey, give me 3 yards a game, 3 yards a carry.
Definitely. They're out of there. $4.2 million hit.
But let us know what y'all think about that. You know what I mean? Hit us up in the comments what y'all thinking about Gus Edwards. I know this particular part of the segment is primarily designed for JK, but by all means, if y'all got some takes, feelings, or better, or what y'all would like to see from the backup running back position, let us know.
So moving along to the recharge part, and we kind of blended that in talking about Gus. So whole free agency thing, man, it is kind of a hectic. March 1st comes fast. Full blast right on you, and you got to have all your ducks in a row, and all the people that you want to go after. And I think we all know the positions that we got to address, right? We hit this on last show. We all know the interior line, running back room, receiver core, and put some depth on the defensive line. Add some depth to that line. So with that said, again, doing the research on the draft in particular, because that's the juicy part, right? It's not too many free agents making noise that you're going to be like, oh, we got to have outside of T. Higgins being the top candidate in the free agency. I think he's going to get a dog and pony show from everybody, right? Stephon Diggs is another top free agent, but he's coming off an ACL tear at 31 years of age.
Gives me OBJ vibes.
Yeah, and he just required $22 million. Nah, I don't think he gets it. Looking at Keenan Allen, he's 32, but Chicago did just sign Ben Johnson as their coach. And they have a history together. So,
but has already stated if he's not staying in Chicago or being able to go back to LA, that he's done with football. But again, signing that coach could also change all of that. So
I know. So a coach you're familiar with that ran your offense, that's probably going to tell you, I'm going to get you the ball now. But what money do they bring him back at? Because he just got $20 million. So he's 32.
Yeah.
You know, that's a lot of bread.
It is. I think at a minimum, one veteran is required. Like, I think we need, so I know we've kind of been campaigning to grab possibly two, but I think at least one. Now, what price that comes at, that probably has to be negotiated and scaled down, but I do think we need at least one veteran presence in that wide receiver.
We definitely do, especially if we're going to stick with QJ. I think he needs a mentor. I think he needs a resilient person. And I think if you can't get a T. Higgins, you go after Keenan Allen. If you can't get Keenan Allen, I think Amari Cooper is just as valuable, especially his demeanor and how he is and how he carries himself.
Not going to be a diva in a locker room.
No, he's never been a diva. He just goes out there and plays. I've never heard any bad things about him. He just plays. He just shows up and plays. You got guys like Chris Goodwin that's going to be a free agent. He's coming off Godwin. I'm sorry. Yeah. He's coming off an injury, a significant injury at his age. He's 28, but that's kind of late in his career, being in the league 8 years, and he's been injury prone as well.
It's like all the wide receivers, I mean, to even include T. Higgins, have shown to be injury prone. So it's kind of risk versus reward with all of them, because just about all of them have been either are going to come off an injury or have been shown to be injured throughout the season in multiple seasons.
So you keep going down the list. You got Brandon Cooks. He's a solid guy, but again, he's not your number one receiver. Good veteran presence, could definitely teach QJ some things. And you got DeAndre Hopkins. That's going to be a free agent.
Yep.
But again, if he come on a vet minimum, snatch up DeAndre. I think he got a year or two left in his tank, especially being able to teach QJ something. I think that would be valuable to add him to the locker room.
I agree.
So that's somebody they could look at as well.
Definitely agree with that. And probably just depending on how the rest of his season goes, you want to chip, price go up. So
if you effective in the chip.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. I mean, he still got 2 games, possibly 2 games left in the season for him. He mess around and scored a game-winning touchdown or something like that, then it's like, oh, all right.
I mean, and you can still, like, Mike Williams back. Can you reunite the game? Bring Allen and Mike back?
I think.
It's a different Mike Williams. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's the other Mike Williams.
Yeah. I don't want to get too caught up in, like, the nostalgia of just having people back in the same jersey or whatever. Like, I would, like I said, Keenan for the right price. I think would be great. You already know the quarterback. And you even know, you know what I'm saying, QJ or whatever. So probably plug and play, get right to it, and just take some of that pressure off the other receivers by still just being able to run good routes. That's always been Keenan Allen's thing. He's just an outstanding route runner. So
Yep. Then you just go to the offensive line, man. You got guys like Zach Martin, but he's old. He's 34. But with that, those positions, they can phase out. A good guy can phase out about 37, 38. 34, you bring him in on a good vet contract. He can teach. You could teach the other guys how to play that position, especially interior line. You got Brandon Shreve, I can't say his name, from Jacksonville.
Yeah, for sure.
You got Kelly from Indianapolis, the center there. He's a solid piece to add in your locker room. It's some names out there, man. There's some names and some talent at that position, at the guard position, and it's just getting them for the right price, looking at the age and what value they can bring. Because honestly, we need to instantly upgrade that portion for Justin Herbert right away.
Yeah, immediately.
Right away. That's an immediate address tonight. We should be on the phone, getting ready. We should already have our list already. Everybody tender contracts offered. I don't think they can do that right now, but they should already have them laid out. Who everybody they're gonna go after.
That's a tender contracts,
right? But no, it's some good, decent pieces. Couple names in the receivers line that stand out for you when you look at who's a free agent that could add value immediately to the wide receiver room. There's names in the interior offensive line free agency that stick out to you, but the vast majority of the good ones are old guys. So kind of like trying to navigate that. Or do you trade for some people? You hit up some teams like the Saints. They got 2 interior linemen that they just signed the contracts and they're way over cap space. So do you hit them up and offer a trade deal? They need receivers. They need some depth at running back. Do you offer a package up for QJ and Gus Edwards and throw a draft pick in there for maybe somebody like Eric McCoy or Cesar Ruiz? Offer a package up for those guys. I think you get Eric McCoy or Cesar Ruiz, you're instantly upgrading that line overnight, hands down, either one of those guys. So we'll see, man. We're going to see, man. Moves got to be made. That's for sure.
That is for sure.
So, and then do you address the tight end position through free agency or you go to the draft? What you think?
I think we hit the draft on that one. I didn't see too many. Yeah, I don't think I saw too many top tier names or people were pursuing on the current free agency list. Now, that's not to say that somebody can't work out a deal or something like that, but yeah, I would like to, like you said, a cornerstone piece. Yeah, I mean, we go get our next tight end for the next several years, and then we figure out what we're doing with Stone Smart. Like it's and again, we've talked about it on a couple of episodes. We know the knock, I guess, is him being a run blocking tight end, and it's like, are those skills that can be learned, or are we just saying that he'll never be able to be in on running downs, or do we continue to develop, or do we attempt to develop? Because passing and receiving, them games that Disley was out, my man was cutting up, and I mean,
there's no denying it.
Yeah, we could get into what went wrong and why he wasn't on the field and in Houston and all of that stuff. But when he was given the opportunity to play, he definitely performed. So in my opinion, I think he can just move further up the depth chart and we rock with that and just see how it works. Because when he's on the field, he's definitely an option, and that just opens up other lanes and stuff for everybody else. So if without spending too much money and maybe we still draft a tight end and just got another young piece, but that's where I'm going.
I'd say tomorrow we're gonna do our mocks. We're gonna come out with our mock 1.0 tomorrow for the draft picks. give you
and let us hear y'all's. Let us hear y'all mocks. You know what I mean? Talk to us. Let us hear y'all mock drafts with what y'all thinking. You know, call in, post it, whatever the case may be. Tap in with us, and we'll definitely talk. You know, so you can send it to us in the inbox, and we'll talk about it on the show.
So on to the next, man. Let's go to the boat static, man. What you got out there? What you been hearing, man?
What you been hearing? What haven't I been hearing is the crazy thing. We still got, I mean, obviously we got the games this weekend. Kansas City Chiefs, Baltimore Ravens, or not Baltimore, Buffalo Bills. And then on the other side you got
Eagles.
The Eagles and the Commanders. What you think about that?
It's gonna be some good football this weekend.
I think so.
I think it's gonna be some real good games. My early in the week.
Here we go. This one.
My early in the week.
Y'all know why we here.
Yeah. I got the Bills with the upset. Last second field goal, winning by 1 point.
Oof.
I got a 1 point victory.
Oof. It's tough.
With the Bills pulling off an upset, man.
So tough.
I know. And I got a shocker. I think the Eagles going to win against the Commanders. I think it's going to, I would love, trust me, Jaden Daniels, I would love for Jaden Daniels to pull it off. And my pick might change because we ain't at the game, so we doing shows every day.
Mm-hmm.
So I might change depending
on what was for breakfast. You know what I mean?
And depends on what I'm seeing, like reports out of practice, the interviews, the injury report. See, I base all my stuff on that because this is demeanor. It's a look that these people have in their eyes that tell you they're going to win. So I don't know. Jaden Daniels is hot, but I think with the Eagles on their side, they got the experience, they got the talent, especially on the defensive end of the ball. They got all the talent that you could ask for and more, and they're young. And on the offensive side of the ball, they got Saquon Barkley, who makes Jalen Hurts look like the best game-managing quarterback that he is, because put it in his hands, they ain't winning nothing. I'm just being honest with you. You put it in Jalen Hurts' hands, you ain't winning nothing. So, Commanders, if you want to
Herbert, Jalen Hurts. Y'all let us know in the comments. Justin Herbert.
Some people will tell you they'll take Hurts, right? Because Hurts went to the Super Bowl.
Justin Herbert. Jalen Hurts.
He'll be 5 for 17 with 89 yards in the W. Because Saquon Barkley got like 300 yards
and a tush push.
Yeah. So miss me with that. That ain't even in the same realm or category, man. Don't buy the hype. I don't see what the real is on the football field. I see the real. So I'm not buying the Jalen Hurts hype. He's a great game manager, and he's a great system quarterback, playing within the system, playing within the limitations, because once he's one read and he panics. If you watch him drop back, his one read is taken, he panics.
So this is why I'm taking the Commanders, because I'm taking the Commanders, one, because I think they're just playing with house money. They're not going to lose. You know what I mean? They're the underdog. Nobody expects them to win. So that's kind of been like their thing in every big game this year. And they've had a lot of close games this season and come out on top. Just watching the Eagles the last couple of weeks, they get off to really slow starts. And I mean, and to your point, you know, the defense is coming after Jalen Hurts. It's a lot of 3 and outs. He can't even get the ball to A.J. Brown, which is why he's reading books.
You know what? You're right. See?
You know what I'm saying? Devontae Smith, he can't even get him the ball. So, you know, you got a receiving core that's pretty frustrated. Dallas Goedert is usually that first read that you talk about, which is usually like a check down, quick little slant. But if the game is close, they do have Saquon Barkley, and that is a difference maker, because when the game is, you know, 9-6-ish, something like that, they can run the ball. They can, you know, 9-10 minute drive of just heavy dosage of him and run that clock out. But
run that ball.
Yeah, they're going to run that ball. But make no mistake, Washington does have a pretty formidable offense. I mean,
they're well-rounded. Well-rounded.
Jaden Daniels can pass.
Yes.
He can use his legs.
Yes.
Brian Robinson is an issue. A McLaren on one side.
They He's the most underrated receiver in the NFL. Nobody ever really talks about him, but he produces. He's a silent assassin. That dude has crazy years every year, and he just goes under the radar.
He's never really had a solid quarterback to get him the ball. If you're a big fantasy person, you know it could be ebb and flow with McLaurin. But there are days where he 28 in the points, and you like how? But and then tight end, I think it was what Hurts, maybe something like that. So their offense is solid, and I mean we've seen that they can put up points. Just look at the game against Detroit; they can put up points. That's not a problem. Interesting to see how that plays out. But my early Tuesday at 6:47 Pacific Standard Time, I'm going with Commanders.
Go with the Commanders.
Yeah, I'm going with Commanders. I know the comment section gonna light up, but I'm here for it, man. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, going with Commanders. And who's on the AFC?
On the AFC side, listen, man. All right, so we family over here at Lightning Strike Podcast, you know what I'm saying? So I'm going to tell y'all a secret like Noah tells y'all a secret all the time. Can't tell nobody.
We listen, but we don't judge.
But we don't, bro. But we don't. When I'm not rooting for Justin Herbert. You know what I'm saying? When I'm not.
Okay, I'm going to clip this. Go ahead, though.
Josh Allen is my guy.
Is your guy?
Is my guy. When I'm not rooting for Justin Herbert, Josh Allen is it for me. I love everything about his. Yeah, I love everything about his game. He's big. He runs. He ain't trying to slide. He ain't trying to flop on a slide. My man is going nose up with you, and he talk. He remind me of Phillip Rivers. Yeah, he got that bark in him. You know what I'm saying? Like when that dog when he scramble and he don't go down and some linebacker try to pop him, he get back up and he yapping, and then he go slang it, 60 yards downfield. My man got an arm on him. You know what I mean? So
the thing that I love about him though is, and the thing I love and hate, I love his attitude. Like you said, he got the Phillip Rivers. He's gonna talk to you the whole game.
Moxie.
Yeah, and then he got the dark side, the Brett Favre side.
Yeah,
where he'll probably come throw 6 touchdowns one game and then come throw 7 interceptions the next. So it's a matter of who shows up. His toughness is always gonna show up.
Mm-hmm.
His toughness is always gonna show up. But who's gonna show up? Is it gonna give me the 6 touchdown Josh Allen, or am I gonna get the other Josh Allen that's gonna give me 5 turnovers?
2 picks before half, 2 picks and a fumble before halftime. You know what I'm saying?
And I think he gotta beat their window is closing. It's not opening because they've been in the mix for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't get it, I don't see them holding on to that team. They're gonna have to blow it up. And the coach honestly probably get let go, man. To be honest with you.
Yeah.
It's
I don't know how much you keep getting out of him. One, because he does a lot. He puts the team. He uses his legs over there, and they have design play calling for him just to keep it and go do your thing. But James Cook is a phenomenal running back who's kind of McLaren-like. I think under the radar, people ain't really checking for him. But again,
and he does it all. He can run.
If you play fantasy,
he gives me lots of points.
James Cook is right there cooking. Pun intended, every week. So they can run that ball. But that's another facet. And against the Chiefs, gotta run that ball.
Everybody that's left, bro. Everybody that's left
can run that ball.
Can run, bro. I told you, man, it's the playoffs, man. Gotta run that ball, man. You gotta, whether the quarterback getting runs, like I say, Washington, they ran Robinson 15 times, Jaden Daniels 16 times, Austin Eckler 6 times.
Exactly.
And Jeremy Nichols 4. They ran it 42 times. Hold on. And let me make a point here. They ran it 42, threw it 31. Detroit ran it 23 and threw it 43. Guess who won?
And the crazy thing about that, since we here, if you watching that game, Jahmyr Gibbs is averaging damn near 10 yards a carry. Every time he was touching the ball, it like he was taking it to the house. Shoestring tackle, somebody's got to hawk him down out of bounds or something like that, and you go away from that. Washington hasn't shown me yet this game that they can stop my running back. Jahmyr Gibbs going to have to get carted out of here. That's how many times he should have ran the ball. He going to need oxygen on the sideline.
And here's another one. One team ran 30, threw it 25 times. One team ran 36, threw it 22 times. Who you think won?
The team that ran 30.
36 times. 36 times. The team that ran 36 times won the football game.
Don't abandon it, bro. Can't abandon it.
You take possessions off the clock by running the ball. You wear the defense down by running the ball. It's just the way it is, playoff football.
Definitely.
The less you have the ball, the better I control the game and the possibilities of winning. Detroit came out throwing when they didn't have to. And what happened? They ended up losing the game.
They tried to get it all back in one play.
And your running back, they wasn't even stopping your running back. Y'all stopped him. He had 100 and some yards on 17 carries, I think. Mm-hmm. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous, man. They set themselves up for failure on that one. They did it to themselves. Like I told you, if you want to win in the playoffs, you got to run that ball.
That ball.
It's just how it is. You had a bye, so you had fresh legs. He ran 14 times for 105 yards, 7 yards a carry, and 2 touchdowns.
And you
abandoned the run.
Just imagine if that was like 28. My man would have had a career day probably.
Yes.
A career day and a dub.
Yes.
Imagine that.
You go throw the ball 40 times, turn it over 3 times.
Yeah. It was tough. It's tough to watch, man. Tough to watch.
Yep. But moving on to the next subject, to the next segment, man.
What we got? We got
Boats Together, man. What we got? What events we got coming up?
The one and only so far, again, our Bolted Together segment is everything that's going on, everything that's going on in the community, activities, whatever you guys got going on out there on behalf of the Chargers. Please let us know. Send your flyers, call a number, leave a message, 213-433-7793, and we'll talk about it. We'll air it out. We'll make sure we help it reach the masses, as many people as we can. And that's Bolted Together. As always, we'll keep reminding everybody about March 1st, signing event at La Vida Cantina, Costa Mesa, California, from 12 to 5 p.m. And Rashawn Slater will be there. Antonio Gates will be there. Kamani Vidal will be there. Justin the Boy will be there. Boatman will be in the building. And, of course, the fine folks at Lightning Strike Podcast will be in attendance. So make sure March 1st, 12 to 5, La Vida Cantina, y'all stop by.
Swing by.
Even if it's only for a little bit, tap in, show love, come engage with us, engage with Boatman, engage with other fans, Boat Nation. The festivities is going to be live.
I was sold at Antonio Gates.
Man, my boy is
future Hall of Famer, man.
On the way to the Hall. You know what I'm saying?
On the way. So you can get him before the Hall of Fame.
This is true. This is very true.
Come get your picture. Come get your autograph. Chop it up with him, bro. Like, be in the presence of a winner. One of the Charger greats.
NFL greats.
Yeah,
all
Charger
time.
Great.
Yeah.
NFL great. Yeah, you need to say more, bro.
Yeah,
when you think of the tight end position, you think of he's in there. He's in that league with Tony Gonzalez, Gronkowski. Who else you got for tight ends?
Antonio Gates.
Everybody know once you got inside the 20, you know where it was going.
Antonio Gates. That's who I got in that category.
You know when Phillips coming out to play action to LT where it was going. Mm-hmm. That was a 1-2 combo. You already know. And there was nothing you could do about it. Nothing you could do about it. And Antonio Gates, like, really redefined the prototypical body style of a tight end. He combined his athleticism from basketball to the football field, and a dynamic tight end, game changer, just overall dog down there, bro.
Back shoulder fade route catching.
And there was nothing you could do. big body, big wide body. Nothing you could do.
Boy had perfected the post up in the end zone.
You was just in purgatory. Once they got inside the 20, you was in purgatory. It was over. You know the play coming because you had to pick your poison. Do I cheat up to stop LT because LT can run or catch?
They're not.
Or do I try to stay honest and hopefully they don't do a play action at Gates because there's nothing you could do once Gate comes down. Like I said, once it's inside the 20, bro, it's Mr. Touchdown. That's just do like this.
Take me back.
Just put it up, bro. Oh, what a time to be alive, boy.
Take me back.
What a time to be alive, boy. It just, you had, just to see Gates out there, man, and you just, even in his beyond playing years, he was still bring them in down there once they got inside the 20. It's touchdown.
Good money. Good money.
You could bet the house.
I was just about to say, if Gates was in the parlay era, we'd be up.
That's a guaranteed hit. Man, if you had him and LaDainian Thomas on your fantasy,
we'd be up.
It was some amazing times.
I'm
gonna go watch some videos, man. Some Gates highlights, bro. He just used to just
tap in.
Moss. He really defined that where he could block and he could catch.
I seen a clip of him and Troy Palomar going at it today. He just pushing and shoving, grabbing each other, helmet. I'm like, these boys, that's when football was football. You know, it wasn't a personal foul, unsportsmanlike conduct.
That's amazing to watch, bro.
Yeah.
Three tight ends when you think of in the NFL. Gates, Gonzalez, and Gronkowski. And they all brought something different to the game. But I think with Gates, I think he had the best attributes out of all of them.
Unbiasedly biased.
Yeah. Because he could take it 80 yards to the house.
Stop playing with my boy.
He could take it 80 yards to the house. He could house you real quick. You could be a victim real quick. But you got anything to close out the both together? March 1st, man, you get to go see a Hall of Famer, Antonio Gates, be in his presence, get autographs, get to chop it up with him. It just for Antonio Gates is worth being there. Seriously. Definitely. What's the location again?
La Vida Cantina, Costa Mesa, California, March 12th, 12 p.m., 5 p.m. Make sure you're in the building. Come say what's up to us. Lightning Strike will be there. Yeah, the vibes is going to be elite.
Elite vibes. Going on to our next segment. I know we ran over our time today, but we was in the bag right now.
Yeah, for sure.
But go. You got any fan comments?
Yeah, real quick, man. Let's get to it. Fan comments for today. So we got Meryl Herbo Prod says, so real. He's like this generation's Phillip Rivers, and I don't think he's the issue, and I don't think they would get rid of him. Talking about our last episode with us, talking about the J Herbo slander. So shout out to him for commenting. We got JC who says, if it was up to the people, we'd be the Browns and the Raiders stuck in QB purgatory. Hell, no. People are dumb. Again, just referencing the J Herbo slander that we discussed on yesterday's episode. So we got Peach 464 that says Bills got 10 points off both of his turnovers. It's just as much Lamar's fault as it is Andrews. You can blame them both. Bouncing back is irrelevant. Perspective, I think, in how you view it. Y'all let us know how y'all feel about it. And that's been circling around a lot today, yesterday, people eating up Mark Andrews. But, I mean, you win as a team, you lose as a team. You can't really isolate.
Can't be perfect every time, man. It just sucks that you imperfect at the most when everybody's watching.
Inopportune time.
And there's no tomorrow when you're not being,
We got Aaron Michael who says, shouldn't have turned the ball over. It's Lamar's fault just as much as it's Mark's. Again, you know what I mean? All perspective in how you view it. And then lastly, I got Chief_Rod23 who says, man, people are effing nuts and love to overreact. There ain't a QB available to replace him, Justin Herbert. There ain't 10 QBs in the league I pick over him. Shout out to my man, Chief_Rod23.
Speak that truth.
We're talking that talk, and we love it here at Lightning Strike Podcast, because I ain't taking 10 people over Jay Herbo either.
Maybe in 15 years.
Yeah.
Maybe in 15 years.
Stop
we'll
playing
draft
with
somebody.
my boy.
Stop playing.
Yeah, stop
Matter
playing.
of fact, we need to be looking at the class of whatever, and that's what we need to be scouting, because he here to stay. He ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, stop playing. And that concludes today's episode. Fan comments. That's all I got for us, man.
On that note, man, you got anything to send to the people before we leave?
Nah, man. As always, tap in with us. Like, share, subscribe. Hit us in the comment section. Call the number. Let us know how we feeling. Let us know what y'all want to talk about. We'll add it to our Let's Talk About It segment, and we'll dive into it all the way. And other than that, that's all I got.
Me, just pair what you said, man. I appreciate the comments, the engagements. Hit the phone line up, 213-433-7793. Leave us a voicemail. Let us know. Give us questions, comments, rants, concerns. You just want somebody to vent to. We here for you. Engage with us. We love it when y'all talk to us. We love the comments that he just ran. I love the questions and the answers that we have with everybody when we engage with y'all guys. And on that note, man, like, share, subscribe, comment, tune in tomorrow, and we out. Boy.